Hello, hello, hello. How we all doing? Yeah, that's right. I got another art tutorial for y'all on the good old Clip Studio Paint. So you know Akuma, right? You ever want to? You ever see him do like the Wrath of the Raging Demon, his like signature attack? And you know that little after image that comes out right before he grabs you and he does the Messatsu? Well, you can actually recreate that in Clip Studio Paint and quite easily too. I'm going to show you step by step how to do it. It's simple, effective, and I'm going to be using the basic tools that comes with Clip Studio Paint. I'm not going to be using any custom tools or anything like that. So I can show you that you don't really have to download custom tools like from the asset marketplace to make this effect. It's going to be really fun, and we'll start right away. Now, right now we're making Akuma'S Wrath of the Raging Demon, you know, the after image effect. We're not really using Akuma. Instead, we're using Shadow the Hedgehog right here. Look at him. Look at him. This is a fan art I did like a while back, so we're going to be using this as the basis for today's tutorial video. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing you need to keep in mind of with the after image effect, there's layers involved. So we're gonna start off by simply copying the layer that has, you know, the shadow fan art. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go edit, copy. Just to let you know, you can also like duplicate the layer of this as well, but I'm just using edit because that's what I'm used to. So we're gonna edit, we're gonna copy, and then we're gonna paste. We're gonna make sure the newly pasted copy of the layer is under the original layer. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the object tool, the object tool, and we're simply gonna move this right here. Now, a key factor of the after image effect of Akuma'S Wrath of the Raging Demon, when he activates the Wrath of the Raging Demon, the color is vastly different from his his original color palette. So, to be honest, you can use whatever you want. Usually I see like blue, dark purple. There are many different artistic interpretations of the Wrath of the Raging Demon throughout the games alone and other pieces of media. But what we're going to do is we're going to give it like a dark color. So I think we'll do here. We'll do like a dark blue, dark indigo, I suppose. And yeah, we're definitely going to do that right here. Now, another key part of the Wrath of the Raging Demon is, because we're going to be creating multiple copies of these after images, but we're going to have each of them as we copy more, they're going to fade out little by little. I'll show you why in a second. So we're going to copy the copy layer. So same here, go to edit, go to copy. And we're gonna copy. Well, we're gonna paste. We're gonna paste this image. We're gonna paste this image right here. Make sure it's under the previous one, and we're gonna take the object tool, and we are going to do the same thing here as before. But the difference here is we're going to decrease the opacity of the layers. So we'll do 70. We'll decrease the opacity from 100 to 70, and we'll go from there. And then we can adjust later on as we go through. And then rinse and repeat. Edit, copy and paste. Make sure that's under the previous layer. Take the object tool, move it. Do you see where I'm going at? Very simple, very simple. And we're going to decrease the opacity even further for this one. We'll do for 40. And then we'll copy and we'll add 2 more. Same thing here, rinse and repeat. Take the object tool, move it there further. We'll do it like 27 here. And next we're going to do 1 more, copy, paste. We'll do it 1 more time. Take the object tool. There we go. Look at that. And we'll do it, yeah, we'll have like 11 here. And alright, so far we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good so far. It looks very good. It looks very powerful. It looks very, you can tell that he's about to, you know, unleash hell. Unleash the Shun Goku Satsu, you know? Now, clearly we're not done here, but we're doing pretty good so far. We're doing pretty good so far. Now a key part of the Wrath of the Raging Demon is usually Akuma's eyes glow, and then once the after image happens, when he like dashes towards the opponent, his eye glow kind of gives its own streak. I'll let you see what I mean. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a new layer. It's gonna be above everything else. And since Shadow's, you see Shadow's eye color is red here, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna make this certain thing red. And now what we're gonna do is, just to make it pretty, you know, accurate, so I don't have to worry about, you know, we'll just take the ellipses tool, the selection tool, and you can either fill it with red. You can either take the fill tool. Usually I'm used to just doing the pen tool, but the fill tool is just as effective, of course. And you see that my brush tip is actually 100 here. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to we're going to decrease the brush tip here. First we'll deselect that layer here. Yeah, so then we're going to press shift, just so, because once you press shift, you see what I'm doing right here? You can actually angle it so you can have a more effective line. I mean, it's not going to be like, it's not going to snap, making it like a straight line right away, but it makes it easier for you to do this. That's one way to do it. There's more effective ways to do it, obviously, but for the sake of this, we'll just use the shift method. So there we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the yield filter. We're going to go to filter. We're going to blur. And then we're going to go Gaussian blur to give it a good old blur. How many times I said blur? Yeah, good old blur. Look at that. Alright, and then I believe you can go either, yeah, you can do either add glow or you can go glow dodge as well. I think glow dodge makes it more natural, so it blends in with the after image that we have so far. So what we're going to do is, usually what I like to do is I like to copy the image, then I like to paste it so it can make it stand out more. So we'll do just that, actually. And then we'll do overlay. Well, no, not overlay. Yeah. And then we'll just decrease the, I mean, nah, hold on. I think we'll just stick to the original. Yeah, I think that's good for now. If I'm going to be honest, I think that's good for now. Okay. Yeah, we'll come back to this, but yeah, that's good for now. But we're going to do the same thing here for, yeah, we'll just do this. Yeah, because you could do that, but you don't want to make it too vibrant, you know? So, yeah, so we'll take this, and we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, there's many different ways to do this effect. I'm just showing you one way, one simple way. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy, and we're going to paste here, and we're actually going to move this. The reason being is, since he's holding a Chaos Emerald right here, we actually have to give him... We actually have to give that a streak as well, since it's moving alongside with him. So we also got to make sure that it matches the color of the emerald. So we make sure to do that as well. And then, yeah, there we go. Look at that. There you can tell it's moving alongside with him as well. So, next off, it's looking good so far. And we could end right here, but we're not going to. And let me tell you why. So we're going to hide the visibility of the eye glow streak and the emerald glow streak for now. We're going to do that. We'll come back to it. Now, We could leave it at that, but no, we're going to spice it up just a little bit. We're going to spice it up just a little bit. Make it more intense, make it more natural. Now, what do I mean? Well, we're going to add a little motion blur effect to these layers of the after images so we can make it more intense. Let me show you what I mean. So we're not gonna go. We're gonna go to the second version. Well, we're gonna go to the second stage of the after image. We're gonna go to blur, and we're gonna go to motion blur. And yeah, you see right here. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we'll put it at. Because the point is we wanted to go forward, so it can be natural with the way Shadow's moving. So we'll go 5. We'll go 5. We'll go motion blur 5, and then we're gonna go to the third one, and then we're gonna go same thing, filter, motion blur. Yep, and then we'll do... Yeah. We'll do 7. Same thing here. Only this time with the motion blur. We'll do 10. And then for the last piece of the layer, we'll do 12. So with each one, you want to do an increasing, you want to have an increased strength of the motion blur for each of the layers. Yeah, so for this one, we'll do like 12 or something like that. Yeah, we'll do 12 or 17. Yeah, that works. And yeah, now look at that. Look at that. Now you see here, adding a motion blur to the after images. You don't really need to, but if you want to add more depth to it, and if you want to make it more intense than it is right now, you can do just that. But yeah, it's looking pretty good so far. It's looking pretty good so far. Now, one thing I also like to do is for the first layer of the of the series of after images, I kind of want to lessen the opacity just a little bit. You know, so it doesn't appear as solid, because the after images, they're not really solid. It may appear like that, especially when you play like Street Fighter Alpha, when you activate the Wrath of the Raging Demon in those, it kind of seems solid. But for this, we're not really going to be, doing that, because if you want to spice it up a bit, So, but there's many different ways to do the Wrath of the Raging Demon. That's completely up to you. I'm just showing you one way that I like to do it. But yeah, I'm gonna decrease the opacity to like 70-ish, and just to make it more natural. And yeah, we're getting there. We're actually, to be honest, we're actually almost done. To be honest, we could just end right here, but we're gonna do one more thing, because this is looking really good so far. This is looking really, really good. We're gonna do one more thing just to make things more. There's one thing I like to do, is we're gonna copy Shadow himself, not the after image shadows. We're gonna do him, and what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna add a motion blur to this shadow. Yeah, we'll do it to like 11. Yeah, so like as you see right here, and then we're gonna overlay right here, and I'll look at that. Make Shadow a little bit darker, but you can just like that. All right, and with that being said, to be honest, it's looking pretty good. I don't know about you guys, but it's looking mighty, mighty, mighty good. Now, like I said, there's many different ways to do it, and if you want to do a little bit of a bonus here, one thing that you also could do is you can use the droplet tool, and if you want to give like a little bit more oomph to the whole thing in general, you can do this right here. And then the same thing before, you can do motion blur. You can do whatever strength you want. And if you want to give like more of like a, an intense effect there, that's up to you. You can do whatever you want. The beauty about this, you can customize it however you wish to fit your style. Yeah. Yeah, you can do that also. But yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that looks pretty fine. And to be honest with you, here we go. Yeah, and this is one way to do make Akuma'S Wrath of the Raging Demon. TLDR, the key is layers. The key is layers. Each part of the after image needs to have less opacity in descending order. If you want to make it more intense, you can have an ever-increasing blur for each stage of each part of the after image that you're trying to make. You know, to make your Wrath of the Raging Demon more intense and more, you know, impactful. But like I said, that's up to you. The color of it, you can choose however you want. I chose blue. I chose this color blue because, you know, yeah, but you can use whatever you want. You can use, sometimes people use dark purple. It really depends on what you want to do. It really depends on what you want to do. So, but yeah, here we go. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all learned something, and keep in mind this is one way to make the Wrath of the Raging Demon after image effect. Many different ways to do it, but this is how I like to do it. And I think it's pretty good, very, very simple and very effective. And it doesn't really take very long. Yeah, so this video is around like 17 minutes long, but honestly, once you put it into practice, it takes way less. It takes way less than that. I argue you can get this done in like less than 5 minutes. Very simple, very easy. It doesn't take long at all, and you can really get, especially if you're making thumbnails too. But anyway, that's it for me. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this art tutorial, and if you learned something, like, comment, and subscribe. Do all of that stuff. I would really appreciate it. And expect me to do more of these art tutorials as well. So if you guys like this, like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Messatsu. Hold on, let me see if I can. Okay. Messatsu. Y'all have a good day.